So welcome to you here in the studio. Welcome to those of you at home. This is our slow flow, our hamstrings week. Um, Here in the studio, we're going to start with some essential oils to open up into the breath. We've got peppermint, cedarwood, and lavender. Peppermint, a little pick me up, wake up, kind of energizing. The lavender, very soothing, and cedarwood, very grounding. So altogether, it's a nice balancing blend for the breath. Here in studio, for any reason you don't want to use the oils, just leave your palms facing down. Otherwise, palms up. I'll make my way around the room. And once you feel them drip into your hands, just rubbing the palms together. But to start off with, let's settle into a nice, comfortable seat, a nice, long spine. So just interlace your fingers and place them on top of your head. A little bit of pressure down with the hands, just to create a bit of feedback so you can extend up through the crown of the head. Feel the lower belly turn on to create a little bit of that extension. You might even feel the legs turn on just a little bit, the thighs. Just a couple of deep breaths here. I'm moving the hands, placing them on the lap, however you wish to receive the oil. If you're at home and you're not using oils, you might like to bring in a mudra of choice, or gesture with the hands. Just settling into that breath in and out through the nose. If you are using oils, just continue with that nice smooth breath rhythm. Just introduce the aroma up in front of the nose. So it gently becomes a part of the pranayama, the breathing. Take 5 more rounds of breath. Seeing if you can slow it down just a little bit on each round. And looking for that samavriti, or that even breath where the inhale length matches the exhale length. Once you feel complete, any of that excess oil residue that might be on the hands, just take it to your favorite spot, which might be taking it into the back of the neck, the shoulders, even the chest, the feet. And we're going to start in a reclined position. So clearing the mat of anything you may have been sitting on, making sure that you have a strap, or if you're at home, it might be a belt, even a tie, or a towel handy. Just come down onto your back. Just for a moment, come into this bridge setup or constructed rest position with the feet flat on the floor. And setting the feet up wider than hip distance apart. And just let the knees knock in towards each other. Feel the lower back ground into the mat. And then just start to find a little bit of movement, just rocking the knees from side to side. Just warming into that lower spine. Some subtle, gentle twisting. And then settle in through stillness. And then draw the knees in towards the chest without using the hands. Pull them in as tight as you can. But at the same time, feel the energy of pressing the low back down into the mat. Keep that and then start to draw the feet up towards the ceiling. And then take the feet a little wider. Pull them in as close as you can and see if you can reach the feet. Happy baby pose. It might be the shins today. If you are here live with us, it's a very cold morning, so just taking it easy. Gentle rock side to side if that serves. Then just take a moment to kind of check in with the hamstrings. So you might like to take these fingers and wrap around the big toe, and just play with extending one leg and then the other. And just see where those hamstrings are at this morning. Nice. Make sure you feel nice and balanced. And then extend both legs up towards the ceiling. Find your version of 90 degrees, flex the feet. Just for a moment, feel the low back press into the mat. And you might like to support by sliding the hands in underneath the sides of the buttocks to support the pelvic tilt, feeling that low back settle in. I'm just going to take a little bit of movement here through the legs. So keeping the left foot where it is for now, big inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the right foot down towards the mat. You're just going to pause at the point where it starts to feel like the low back is lifting, which might be just a couple centimeters off the mat, but don't go all the way to the floor. And it's an inhale to bring you back up. Try and get the sense that you're pressing out through the heel the entire time. Exhale, lower the left leg down. Inhale, lift it up. Keep moving between sides. We'll take two more to each leg. Keep moving with the rhythm of your breath. Keeping that activity through the low belly. Keep the feeling of the low back pressing into the mat. Beautiful. Then draw the knees in towards the chest once you're done. No rush. And then you're going to extend the left leg long along the mat. And just take one hand to the right knee and just start to draw circles, like you're rolling that leg around in the hip socket. And you're going to take your strap and loop it around the arch of your foot. And then if it's feeling tight, particularly if it was feeling tight in that previous exercise, tighten the low back, you're going to place that foot on the left leg, you're going to place that flat on the floor. And we'll come to our hamstring stretch, our Supta Padangusthasana from here. So hands on the strap. You can slide the hands down the strap until the elbows land on the mat. If that feels really uncomfortable, just shuffle the shoulders a little bit, maybe the elbows hover just off the mat, but try not to let any tension come into the neck, the shoulders. And then feel the sense of pressing the strap away. And at the same time, a sense of drawing the strap in with the hands. Feel that activation through the front of the thigh, the quadriceps there. The extension out through the heel, flexing the toes towards the shins, just drawing the leg in towards you. Again, notice if any tension's building in the face, the shoulders, the jaw, the neck, or even the hands. Try and find a position where you can keep a firm grip on the strap, but the leg is doing most of the work. Three more full breaths here. then after the third breath, if you're using the strap, you're going to feel that activation through the leg. Keep the leg as close as you can, but release the strap. Get a little bit more energy, a little bit more effort come through there. If you feel like you're on the edge of cramp, just ease out of it, but otherwise keep drawing it in as much as you can for another 3, another 2, another 1. Let it settle back to where it wants to go. Take both sides of the strap into the right hand. And then you're going to start to ease the leg just out to the side slightly. So move it maybe 6 inches, 15 centimeters, something like that. And then from there, start to pull the left knee in towards the chest. So bending the left leg, drawing the knee in towards the chest, foot floats off the floor. And then you can let that left knee drop open to the left. And then from there, without pulling on the strap, just use your hand as a subtle guide so you don't lose control of the strap. You're going to take the right leg out to the right. Stop at a place where you can keep the low back pressing into the mat. You feel the energy come through the top of the leg, thigh there. You might feel it more in the outer thigh. You might actually feel it more in the quadricep. Just going for that activation. And then you can take hold of the strap. And then just a gentle drawing in. Imagine you're trying to send the leg up towards the top of your mat, up towards your face, rather than trying to take it out and down towards the floor. 3 breaths here. Nice work. From there, start to draw this right foot in towards the midline as you place the left foot back down on the mat. And then pause in the center. Start to take the left knee across the midline. And then once the left knee's gone as far as it can go, take both sides of the strap with the left hand and start to extend that right foot over to the left. And again, the strap is there to assist in extending the foot up towards the face. Hopefully feel it in the outer thigh this time, maybe the outer hip. But again, trying to be in a place where you're keeping the low back pressing down onto the mat. Excuse me. Two more breaths out here. And then bring it back through center. Release the strap, place it to the side. Extend both legs and just give them a little shake out. And then take them both up towards the ceiling, give them a little shake out. Nice. And then drop that right foot to the mat and then just start to, using the hand on the knee, start to roll that left leg around in the socket. Beautiful. Strap comes over the arch of that left foot. Again, you might have the leg extended. You might have the foot planted on the mat on that right side. And then find that energy of extending through the heel. Slide the hands down the strap until you feel the shoulders ground. And then really extend into the strap. Make sure that low back is pressing into the mat. Find that energy of pressing into the strap and pulling the strap. That balance between those two energies. You feel an activation through the front of the thigh, the quadriceps. working here. Two more breaths. Then we'll take our 3 breaths with our active leg. So starting to soften the grip on the strap, keeping the leg in as much as you can. Try another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it ease. Both sides of the strap come into the left hand and then pull the right knee in towards the chest, bending the leg. Flex the foot and then start to take that right knee out towards the right. And then from there, nice grounded lower back as you take the left leg out towards the left. Find that point where you can hold it without really any use of the strap. And then taking the strap to start to draw the leg up towards the face. Keep feeling the energy pressing out through the left heel. Energy of grounding the lower back and pulling the knee in towards the chest on that right side, flexing the right foot. And then another 3 breaths. Beautiful. Slowly bring it in towards the midline. Plant the right foot down on the mat. Take a moment. And then start to take the right knee across the midline. Both sides of the strap come into the right hand and start to take that left foot over to the right and it's twisting. Starting to feel an extension come through the outer line of that left leg. And the strap using as an assist to draw the foot up towards the face, the top of the mat. You feel a real grounding down through that right foot to assist in pressing it across the midline. One more full breath. And then take a release of the strap as you bring it back through the midline. And then release out however you need to release out. You might just extend the legs, take a full body stretch, or come back to that shaking action, shaking the legs either up towards the ceiling or along the mat. Beautiful. And then a gentle drawing in of the knees towards the chest. With your rock side to side. If you took anything else to rinse out, feel free to match it on the side, twist, or anything else you need. And then hands underneath the knees. Little rock and roll. Then a rock up, and just rock up to a seat. You might take 2 or 3 little rocks. And then rock up to a seat. Nice strong, straight legs, finding this Dandasana shape. Flex the feet towards you, and just press the hands down into the mat. Find a nice long spine. Feel the activation through the quadriceps, pressing out through the heels. One more breath. Beautiful. And then you might cross the shins or sweep them out to the side as we come over into a tabletop position. And then from our tabletop, just starting to rinse out through the spine and cat-cow. So make sure those wrists are under the shoulders, drop the belly, find a nice arch. And then press the mat away, rounded dog. Drop the belly, find your arch, find your cow pose. Press the mat away around the dome, find your cat. And then start to flow it out with your breath. And your option, which breath pattern works for you today. Might be inhale to cow, exhale to cat. It might be a nice long slow inhale and exhale. And then an inhale and exhale in the next direction. Nice, take whatever feels like one more full round. And then settle back, neutral tabletop. From here, extend the left arm forward and extend the right leg back. And flex the right foot, extend through the left hand. And then take a moment, see if you can activate that leg a little more. And then point through the toe and little kicks. Like you're just trying to kick that foot up towards the ceiling. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Take a moment, maybe one round of cat-cow, a little rinse out, or just a little shake of the hips, anything you need. Second side, right arm extends forward, leg extends back. Take a moment, feel the belly turn on with the flexed foot, feel the activity. And then point through the toe, feel the activation through the hamstring, that little extra lift up, and then kicks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and place it down. Just tuck the toes, slide the hands forward a little, lift up, downward facing dog, and just start to pedal out the feet. Taking any movement you need. Starting to look for length through the legs, but also starting to find space in the shoulders. If it's feeling tight today, just take the hands a little wider. Starting to send the energy of the chest back towards the thighs. And then any kind of bend in the knees. And then from there, gazing forward and starting to walk to the top of the mat. Now take little steps. And walk yourself into a standing forward fold, bending the knees as much as you need. Taking the hands to opposite elbows and hanging. Try and feel the contact of the belly on the thighs. Bending those knees as much as you need to achieve that. Get a sense of finding a little bit more length through the legs from here. So you might just gently start to straighten the legs, starting to feel that length come in. You might just find a little bit more of a drift forward, the energy of the body weight coming forward, but making sure you're not gripping with the toes, still pressing down through all the big toe ball, little toe center of the heel. But start to draw lower belly in and starting to find a little tilt of the pelvis, like you're reaching those sit bones up towards the ceiling. And just one more breath here. Gently release the hands. You slowly curl up. Stacking the vertebrae as you go. Pick up the shoulders, roll them down the back. Reach the arms up. And then draw the hands down through heart center. Beautiful. Move through some lunge salutations here. Setting up the feet. And inhale, reach the arms tall. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Again, looking for the length in the hamstrings. Taking a moment to drift the hips back and forward until you feel that little bit of extra length come in. Exhale as you refold. Plant the hands and step the right foot back. Drop the right knee down to the mat. Active inner thighs. Inhale, reach up, low lunge. Nice, full breath here. Feel the sense of pressing down through the front heel and a little drawing back underneath. Pressing down through the back knee and a little drawing forward. So that's squeezing together. And then take the opposite, the sense of pulling apart. You might get a little deeper into the lunge if there's space. Beautiful. One more inhale breath. And then exhale, frame the foot. Step yourself back into your downward facing dog. From here, ripple forward, find a high plank position. Press the mat away, a little bit more dome through the upper back. And then send the gaze a little further forward. Flatten out that dome as you drop the knees to the mat. Keep that energy long through the spine, right through the crown of the head as you start to lower forward and down all the way to the mat. Inhale, lift the head and chest, find that baby cobra position with the hands hovering. Beautiful. Then plant the hands down, draw the elbows into the side body, and then squeeze the big toes together, see if you can float the feet. And keep looking for that energy out through the crown of the head. You can keep the hands down if you wish, or find a little hover, and then just little kicks with the legs. 3, 2, 1. Let the feet come down, hands come down. Press yourself back. You might come through child's pose or straight to downward facing dog, your option. Tuck the toes, lift up, downward facing dog. And then inhale, reach the right leg high. You're going to step that right foot through between the hands. But stay on the back toes, active inner thighs. We're going to rise up to stand from here. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. And then bring the hands to the hips. Start to draw this front leg towards straight and shorten the stance. Beautiful. Set yourself up so the hips are nice and square, pointing straight ahead. You feel nice and settled. That back foot might almost be straight, but pointing just slightly out to the side to assist with the movement. And then we're going to take the left arm and reach it up. Nice, big inhale breath here. And as you exhale, start to extend forward from the low back, nice long low back. And then start to take this left hand across, tap it on the outside of the right shin, the right knee, or the right thigh, whatever you can reach. And then inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, lower forward, and down. Inhale, bring it up. That's 2, we're going to take 5. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, bring it up. Beautiful. This time we're going to come down and hold. So if you're starting to feel like the front knee is locking out, take a little micro bend so you can really feel that front thigh activate. And then start to lower down. this hand can rest on the low back. If you have any other variations, any twists, anything like that, feel free to take it, or just hold for 3 breaths. Keep sending the energy forward. One more breath. And then inhale, rise right up. Reach both arms. Beautiful. Bend through the front knee. Plant the hands down and just step into a forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to. 2 breaths here in your forward fold. Release the hands. Inhale, slowly fill up. Reach nice and tall. Exhale, hands through heart center. Beautiful. Round again, starting on the left side this time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Again, rock those shins back and forward until you feel the length in the hamstring. Exhale, refold. Plant the hands to the mat, step the left foot back. Drop the left knee down. Active inner thighs, inhale, rise up. Setting the shape. And then feel that sense of pressing down, front heel, back knee, and drawing them in towards each other. That same sense of pressing down, but pressing them away this time. Find that middle point. Next inhale to gaze up. And exhale, frame the foot, step back into downward facing dog. Ripple forward, find your high plank position. And press the mat away, find a little bit of a dog. And start to release that as you gaze forward a little more. Drop the knees to the mat. Feel the energy out through the crown of the head. Come forward as you lower down, all the way to the mat. Inhale, find that baby cobra position. On your option, you might plant the hands or keep them lifted as you float the feet once again. Energy through the crown, gaze down the bridge of the nose, and then little kicks. The activation through the hamstrings. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it come down at the moment. And then it might be that press back through child's pose, or take it straight to downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, settle in. And then inhale, lift the left leg high. Step that left foot through between the hands. Take what you need to get there. And inhale, rise up. And then hands come to the hips, straighten through the front leg. Shorten the stance. So pyramid set up. This time the left hand will stay on the hip, the right arm will reach. Nice full inhale breath. Feel the pulling up on the thighs, the drawing in of the low belly, the extension through the low back. So exhale the hand to the outside of the leg. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting up. That's 2. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting up. That's 3. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting up. That's 4. Exhale, lower down. And then inhale, lifting up. And this time we'll hold, exhale, lower down, holding for 3 full breaths. Feel free to take this left hand, maybe rest it on the lower back, or any other variation you have, adding a twist. Keep sending the energy forward through the crown of the head. You're feeling that pull up on the thighs. One more breath. Then on the next inhale, rise up, reach both arms up, bend through the front knee, exhale, fold, frame the foot, and step into your standing forward fold. Let it all sink and settle. And then release the hair, slowly curl up. Nice big reach. And then exhale, hands through heart center. Beautiful. Step the feet a little bit wider so you can turn the toes out. I'm going to come down through our Malasana squat. So let the knees track over about the second toe as we sink down through the squat. Take a moment, 2 breaths here, just letting it settle. And then start to extend the arms forward. And you might support by bringing the hands back behind you, or just see if you can slowly lower to the ground. And then shuffle yourself back. Beautiful. Come back so that your feet are still on the mat. Make sure your strap is nearby. And you might use a blanket or anything else to just prop yourself up on. We're going to start with a single leg forward fold. So if you're using the strap, you're going to take the strap over the left foot. And then draw the right knee in towards the midline here. Some energy of pressing that right knee down towards the mat. You might even like something to press on, which might be a block. And then if you're using the strap, get a sense of a nice lift through the lower back. Pressing the energy down. And it's as if the chest is going to come forward and over the toes. And that's the direction that you're heading in as you come into your fold. Feel the lift through the lower belly on an ever so slight creep forward, if the space is there in your lower back. Working towards the forward fold. If you don't need the strap, of course, pressing it to the side, you might have to reach the foot. Two more breaths on this side. And there's the inhale that brings you up and out. You might like to take a moment, hands back behind you, feel a little lift of the chest. And then extend both legs, a little shake. And then switch sides. Left foot draws towards you, right leg extends long. You might be using the strap, you might not. Feel that inhale length through the lower back. If you're not using the strap, you might like to extend the arms up, that little bit of extra length and lever as you come on down. If the hands reach the foot, beautiful. Try not to pull if you do reach the foot, rather that the leg is nice and active, and that the hands on the foot can just be a reminder to pull the toes back in towards you. You might transition through the feeling of pressing down through the heel and engaging through the thigh that way, or pressing out through the heel, almost like you're lifting it off the mat and engaging through the thigh that way. Just see what serves you today, what serves your low back, what serves your hamstrings. You're trying to come in without any overexertion, without any excessive force. You're trying to use that breath. The inhale draws the low belly in, finds length. The exhale sinks into that length. One more breath here. And the inhale brings you up. Beautiful. Maybe another little lean back. And then gently release. And from here, extend both legs. Nice little shape. Just to reverse that folding forward, place both hands back behind you. You have the palms facing back towards you. And just plant the feet down, find a reverse tabletop, lifting the hips. A little bit of opening across the chest. And if you have reverse plank in your practice, feel free to go there. And then slowly lower back down. As we settle into our Shavasana, bring yourself back to the mat. If any other movement that you need before you take Shavasana, feel free. You might take a spinal twist, a happy baby, or even just taking the time to put on a few extra layers. Once you're there and you're feeling settled, you're starting to feel the connection between the body and the floor beneath you. Just noticing the breath without any forced control, noticing the flow of the breath in the nostrils. Just allowing everything to surrender into the mat. More Shavasana. If you're at home and you have more time, feel free to stay in the Shavasana a little bit longer. If you're in the studio, our time is up. Starting to bring the awareness back to the breath. Finding that movement through the fingers and toes. You kind of stretch out through the arms, through the legs. And as you're ready, slowly making your way up. Through one side, coming up to a comfortable seat to close the class. And a nice long spine. Draw the hands in towards heart center. Gently bowing the head towards the hands and honor of your practice. We'll close on a breath together, a nice full inhale to fill it all up. And then sigh out, let it all go. Thank you for joining me here in the studio. Thank you for joining me at home. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Beautiful work.